Hey guys, my name is Manoj Singh Negi, and today I'm going to talk about the number one skill every software developer should focus on, and that is debugging. We don't treat debugging as one of these skills like, writing clean code, writing better code, even though we should, right? Because the main chunk of the work that we do every day is debugging. Doesn't matter if we are, writing a new feature or we are fixing old bugs, we are using the skill of debugging. We should improve it as any other skill like learning new programming language, frameworks, library, etc. We should keep improving our skill of debugging. Now, debugging is almost like an art form, right? Like you put on a detective hat, you look at a bug or a crash or something that is not working the way you want it to work, and you look at the clues and then try to deduct your way to narrow down the main reason behind the crash or the bug or why the things are not working the way they should, right? The ability to look at a crash, look at a bug, and then instantly know why it is happening is one of the most important thing you can improve in yourself as a software developer. And we don't talk about it often. We don't talk about debugging often as we talk about other things when we are talking about how to improve as a software developer, how to improve your expertise as a software developer. I think if you want to be an expert, if you want to be top of your game, your debugging skill should be the most important skill you should work on. Now, how to improve your skills of debugging? I think, as you code a lot, eventually your debugging skill also gets improved along the way. But here are three things that I use personally which helped me to improve my debugging skills. The first one is the simplest one, the obvious one, but we overlook it most of the time, and that is just look at the damn error message, right? Just look at where the crash is happening, or if there is a bug and there is an error message. If it is a syntax error, then most of the interpreter and compiler will already tell you in which line the issue is. Even if it's a crash, for example, a browser crash, it will still tell you where that crash happened, like at which line the crash actually happened. And you most of the time, like 80% of the time, you can just look at that and you will know what is the issue. Even if it's a database error, it will send you a message, and most of the time you can just look at it. And again, as I said, 80% of the time that will solve your issue, and you will be able to figure out the reason behind the bug, right? So that's the first step. The second step is, again, the first step is just look at the damn error message. That's it. That's pretty much what you need to do. Second tip will be to actually build a mind map of your code, right? So for example, if you're working on a project, you should actually know it inside and out, and that actually help a lot. So the more context that you have about your project, that will help you to figure out the issues faster, because whenever there is something which is not working according to you, you know the whole context and you know the way things supposed to work, right? Even the behind the scene, and you will be able to figure out issues easily. So try to gather as much as context you can about the project. So the third tip is, so we have these issues, doesn't matter how good we are as a developer, but we are not able to figure out the reason behind that bug, that issue, and we get really frustrated, and maybe it can be 1 day, 2 day, 3 day to fix that issue, right? What I do there is, instead of keep banging on that bug, for example, like if it take more than half an hour or even hour to figure out a bug, I just take a step back, right? Just breathe, take a step back and clean the slate. Just clean the slate, go, do something, drink coffee, or just go on a walk, come back, start with a new slate and try to look at the problem again and start all new, and then build it from there, right? And I have seen in my own experience, if I do this if there is a bug which I'm not able to figure out, and if I do this couple of times, it just works, right? It works for me. I am able to figure out that issue. So yeah, most probably it will work for you as well. So again, debugging is very important skill as a software developer, because most of the time, and even like not just in your code, but most of the time as a software developer, we work in teams, and we also have to, work with other people code, and other developers also have to work with our code. And the ability to figure out, look at the code and, build a mind map, gather as much as context you can, will really help you with your day-to-day life as a software developer while working on other people's code. And then the ability to debug their code is going to give you an edge as a software developer. So again, we overlook debugging as a skill. Go ahead, as you improve other skills in your software development journey, improve debugging as well. I hope you like this video. Yeah, I'll see you in the next one.